Welcome to Biz Wire. Chinese President Xi Jinping's first trip abroad as head of state, which has taken him to Russia, Tanzania, and South Africa before a final stop on Saturday in the Republic of Congo, is resulting in many multi-billion-dollar deals. And all week in Economic Insight, we've been looking at the significance, both substantive and symbolic, that each stop has brought. Much has been made of China's desire to shape a more multipolar world where the United States is no longer the sole superpower, about which the just-ended BRICS summit of the 5 most powerful developing countries is the largest testament. China has wanted to show that it has friends around the world and is capable of forming its own coalitions to counter the influence of the U.S. and, to a lesser extent, the European Union. Xi Jinping so far has signed a huge energy deal with Russia, agreed to build a $10 billion port in Tanzania, and it looks like plans will go ahead for a new bank focused on building infrastructure funded by the BRICS countries of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. To that list of accomplishments, we can add a $5 billion loan the China Development Bank, China's so-called super bank, to South African rail freight group Transneft. The funds will be used to upgrade part of South Africa's crumbling rail lines that are used to carry commodities such as coal and iron ore. Reuters is also reporting a deal valued at several $1 billion for China's Chery Holdings, an automaker, to build and repair ships at South Africa's Richards Bay port. Besides all this, China has emerged as a leading candidate to build nuclear reactors in South Africa, sought by Pretoria. So, all in all, a productive trip so far for China's new president, though another aspect of his trip that doesn't get as much attention is China's goal of improving its image and soft power. President Xi renewed an offer of $20 billion of loans to Africa to, in his words, help African countries turn resource endowment into development strength. When in Tanzania, he spoke of a relationship of equals and said that China will continue to offer assistance to Africa with no political strings attached. He also emphasized China's long-standing ties with the region and desire to not dictate the terms of development. Critics say Beijing, just like Western powers in the post-colonial era before it, ignores human rights abuses by African leaders it does business with. However, a Gallup World Poll of global attitudes toward China's leadership in 2011 found the highest levels of support were found in sub-Saharan African states. On the next leg of his journey, President Xi will visit the Republic of Congo, where the leadership of China had an 81% approval rating 2 years ago. China's trade with Africa has boomed over the last decade from about $10 billion in 2000 to nearly $200 billion last year, mostly in exchange of minerals for manufactured goods. China, like the West, doesn't have a perfect record in Africa, but its economic and soft power initiatives have won some converts, and so the flow of minerals, goods, services, ideas, and people will continue to grow.